Good morning, Eagles Nation. Happy Thursday. Great Thursday. It's free agency Thursday.
Right after Wednesday.
Right after Wednesday. And it feels like Christmas. And last night was like Christmas Eve.
And last night was like Christmas Eve.
And it was. We got to open a little present potentially with Kenny Britt. Sources are he's going to be an Eagle in a few hours from now, so that's very exciting. And yeah, Bird Buzz, you guys get asked some questions? Rightfully so. Because it's just an exciting time. I can't stop smiling.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean,
what a time.
What to be alive.
To be alive.
Yeah,
so we're going to go through these questions you guys asked for Bird Buzz, and then we'll probably talk about a few other things afterwards just because today's the day. A lot of stuff can happen, so we're going to see how it goes. That Ninja Zay asks, could we see the Eagles sign A.J. Boye so they can trade their first-round pick for Cooks?
Obviously, just right at the tip of everybody's tongue, the Eagles are one of 4 teams that are all in on A.J. Boye, and this is according to last night's reports and things like that. So things will probably be developing. I feel like the Texans are trying to retain him, but I don't so much know if he'll go back there. It seems like the Eagles are heavy players. There's conflicting reports about it, but we'll see what happens as the day goes on. And Cooks, I love Cooks, but if we can not trade our first, that'd be great. But if we can, then it's kind of like trading Sam Bradford for Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, it's kind of.
So I mean, I'll take that any day of the week. To be honest with you, so. Yeah, it would suck losing the first rounder, but I think Cooks is that good. And if you add him with these receivers, these potential receivers, you never know what can happen. Sky's the limit, really, with that unit.
Yeah, no, we'll see how that whole Cook situation plays out. I don't know. We'll take a first-round pick, but I mean, if you don't get Pryor or Alshon, you can't afford them, and you have to do the trade, then you probably just have to do it.
Maybe there's something on the table. That's maybe
why. They could be. So, they could be going in for Boyd knowing that they're going to get Cooks. Yeah. So that's part of it too. Next question, Justin Bradley 13 asks, J Brad 13, will Brandon Marshall be good for the Giants?
Yeah, he's going to be a good player. Well, he is a good player, and obviously for the Giants there, you add him to Sterling Shepard and Odell Beckham Jr., an already really strong receiving core, and you put that guy on the field, and you got to wonder the chemistry, how it's going to start, clicking. But it's just someone like Brandon Marshall has done it for different teams over his career. I think it's going to be a pretty good deal, and they're going to be talking Super Bowl in New York, and rightfully so. They have a really good defense, and they have a quarterback that's done it before, and he's got phenomenal outside talent. I think offensive line and run game's a little too weak, and the Giants probably won't even go to the Super Bowl. However, they're going to be a really tough team in our division, and it's going to be really crazy to see how we match up with them, especially with potentially A.J. Boye having to guard Brandon Marshall or Odell Beckham or Sterling Shepard. So
I mean, I think it'll be good for him, but I think people are going a little overboard. I don't know how that he's good. He's really good, but I don't know if it's like, rather have him sign him than like. Terrell Pryor.
Yeah, that.
And he's much better in, obviously they cut Victor Cruz, and he's much better than Victor Cruz, but he's not like he's not like worlds better than Victor Cruz.
Oh yes, he is.
Not at this point. I'm saying he is better. Yeah, but it's not like
he's
oh my God,
better. But I'll give you give you this argument. They probably shouldn't have wasted resources on deep strengthening their receiving core when it's already a strong point of their team. I think that they're going to be bit in the butt by the offensive line deficiencies, and maybe they do get Adrian Peterson, but I don't know. I don't think they're interested in that. I think he's broken down anyway. If they can get themselves a legit running back and solve the O-line, I mean, if that team had the Cowboys O-line, then that team, those receivers are ridiculous. I just don't disregard what you said about Brandon Marshall being not worlds better than Victor Cruz. That doesn't represent us.
No, I'm saying at this point in his career, he's not. He's better. Yeah, but it's not like, oh my God, we got Brandon Marshall, we're going to win Super Bowl now. It's not like that, and that's what people are making out to be. When there's way other problems with that team.
I would be hype about it and say Super Bowl, but who knows if they're actually going to go.
Not.
But they have the best receiving core in football, and it's not particularly close.
Do you think it's close at all?
Odell Beckham and Brandon Marshall and
crazy.
Sterling Shepard.
It's good, but I don't...
Smokes. We don't have one guy that's half of that.
Oh, yeah, no, I get that, but
Any of those. We don't have one guy that's half as the worst guy in that receiving.
It's just,
So, let's keep going.
Seems there's enough balls to go around for them all. All right, Smithboy93 asks, do you guys think Kenny Britt will be a good fit?
Kenny Britt.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah, he's great. He's a big physical receiver. He's 6'3", in great shape, like you mentioned earlier. We were talking about it. Worked with Mike Groh, our new receivers coach, and I'm going to talk about Kenny Britt a little bit more at the end of the show. So I'll just say, but I do believe he's a good fit.
Yeah, and then another question from Smith193 asked him, what free agent will surprise you if we get him?
It will surprise me if we get him.
Yeah.
I'd be really surprised to see us get Alshon Jeffrey or Terrell Pryor. I just don't think it's going to happen. And then I would be pretty surprised to see them get AJ Boye. I didn't think they were going to go that route, and maybe they are. But who knows? So yeah, that would Terrell Pryor and Alshon make a little more sense as far as the need at receiver. AJ Boye definitely makes sense because of the need at corner, but I just didn't know they'd be interested in that guy. I mean, maybe interested, but not such a major player as they're being talked about. So who knows what happens? But that'd be crazy.
Yeah, he'd be good for us, and I'd be surprised if they got if they got Pryor. That'd be pretty wild. Don't think it's gonna happen though. Next question, Paul Guggs asks: is there a possibility we could look to sign LeGarrette Blount?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think they're going to go to the draft for a running back.
Yeah, that's what
I do believe the team, despite reports about Adam Kaplan coming out and saying that he's extremely shocked. He'd be extremely shocked if the Eagles took a running back in the first round.
Yeah.
He said he would be flabbergasted if they took, and he said it over and over in the media out loud. He said how he learned from Joe Banner, who didn't really value running backs that high, took him in the second and the third. So I would like a running back in those rounds.
Yeah.
But I think going in the first round and getting a guy like Dalvin Cook is great. And I think they're really high on Dalvin Cook. Last year Howie was talking about Ezekiel Elliott a lot and said he knows that if you look back, you see a lot of first-round running backs are the ones that are successful, and he really likes them and all this, and he's great. And then they went up and got Wentz, and now they have a guy coming out telling the media and telling the public that they're not going to go with a running back in the first round. So who really knows? You know what I mean? You can't take this stuff seriously. And I believe they really like Dalvin Cook. I'm pretty sure they were one of like 6 teams that were at every single one of his games last year at the Florida State games with their scouts. I mean. So, I think they really like him, and I think that adding a guy like that to the offense would be like a younger Jamal Charles, and they'd look at that as a very big-time weapon for Dalvin Cook. But yeah, so LeGarrette Blount, I don't think so.
Yeah, no, if Dalvin Cook's on the board, they're going to take him. When they pick. Steve Hype asked a question, would you be surprised if he made, not really applicable, but would you be surprised if he made no trades or didn't acquire anyone in free agency? Would be surprised, but that's
really
not,
surprised, but
I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think there's any chance.
Yeah, so, all that being said, getting Kenny Britt today.
Is that all the questions?
That is all the questions. Okay. Kenny Britt today. What do you
So
see?
the reports are pretty positive. This is something that a lot of Eagles fans and myself included have talked about for a long time, is the potential of getting Kenny Britt. And I think that a lot of people are scared off because of his name. He's not really known as the smartest guy, the most high IQ guy. He seems like a guy that had a troubled career, but he found a home in St. Louis and then LA. I think that he had his best time of his career when he's there, in his prime from 27 to 29-ish range. And I think that his 1,000-yard season last year really showed how much work he put in to come from a troubled receiver that was getting by on raw talent to how hard he started working as he got older. And that's exactly what we need, is a guy to come in. You're looking past football here. You're looking at something here, and you're looking at something here. And he has a connection with Mike Groh. He said that Mike Groh's competitive practices made him improve as a player. And when you're building a team, regardless of who you're going to draft, or no matter what young receivers you're going to bring in, you want at least one guy at every position that can set the example. And with Mike Groh being a new receivers coach, you got Kenny Britt coming in as your veteran. At the very least, that's the guy you pretty much needed to sign, because he fits in your cap. And here we go into the financial thing. He fits into your cap. He's not too pricey. He's not going to get over what Kenny Stills got, which is about $8 million a year. Everyone's bar set high and it drops, so we'll see what the deal is. So that's the financial part of it. And then on the field, he's a 6'3" receiver. He's physical. He's not afraid to go across the middle. He's not going to get deactivated mid-season when we're down a tough stretch because he's having mental issues. And you know, I'm not knocking mental issues. You know, if Nelson Aguilar really had something going on in his head and needed to, you know, relax, that's fine. But we need to have a next guy up mentality. And if, you know, if guys are going down in that situation, you know, that's just not going to work. I mean, it's, look, get your things fixed off the field, but look, at the end of the day, Kenny Britt is going to come out, he's going to go outside, he's going to be a red zone threat, he's going to go outside, he's going to run clean routes, he's a route runner, he can catch the ball. You know, yeah, he's not perfect, he's got some he'll drop balls, he might do something here and there, and look, any receivers we bring in, Wentz is going to have to develop chemistry with.
Yeah.
But that's a guy that can come in, he's going to go outside, he can get open, he can win one-on-one, he can get vertical, he's just a very versatile 6'3" receiver. He's not Julio Jones, but you know, he's tiers under that, and a good amount of tiers. I mean, Julio Jones is Julio Jones, but you know, Kenny Britt's just a solid veteran receiver. You line him up outside, you plug him in, he goes in, he plays, he makes plays, and that's what he does.
Yeah, no, I think outside of Cooks, Pryor, and Alshon, there was a guy I wanted the most. It was him.
Yeah.
So
and
I think out of the, you know, that lower tier, you know, not the top tier. I think he's the best receiver out there.
As far as value, I think that
and production,
coming to the team, you know, we needed that. We needed a big physical outside receiver.
Yeah.
You know, Jordan Matthews clearly can't win on the outside.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really win on the inside either. I mean, he does get his stats and makes his plays and stuff, but the window, it's just a tough catch after tough catch after tough catch because he just doesn't get separation, and Kenny Britt does. He can get separation from the outside.
Yeah.
And that's what Carson Wentz needed, was a guy that he can rely on and throw the ball to outside, and he makes plays.
Yeah.
It's really that simple. So we'll see who else we get. But I mean, look, if they're so now we move on to the AJ. So bottom line, Kenny Britt. He's not your glamorous, sexy name like Alshon Jeffrey or Terrell Pryor, but he's a good value for the dollar he'll make. He's a good value. He fits on your team. He's an upgrade, 100%. You don't need to see 17 and DGB's bum ass out there. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know, I know we got some younger followers, but you know, they're all above 16, right?
Yeah.
DGB, he's a bum ass. You could say it. You know?
Yeah. No, he's brutal.
He's a bum.
You don't care about that.
You know, this is probably the thing that fires me up the most is talking about these receivers. I'm so fed up, and I'm just so happy to get a guy in here that's been a professional for years.
Yeah, you described them yesterday as impossibly bad.
Impossibly
Where you're
bad.
so bad, it's almost
impossible
to be that bad.
And they regressed from 2015.
Yeah, that's
even worse.
Crazy.
They are just a bunch of bums. And honestly, I don't even feel bad saying that because they got to work hard and prove they can be better. And Kenny Britt's going to come in and show them all how to do it. He's going to show them what an NFL receiver looks like.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the Redskins, they weren't crazy at receiver, but the fact that they just had professionals out there, Garcon and Djax, that's probably why they beat us.
Guys look like
because
NFL players.
Yeah, we can't even get open and make those couple plays that you need. So, good signing in Kenny Britt. The potential of getting him, and hopefully it happens, I'd like it a lot. Clearly. Now we move on to AJ Boye. The reason that we are speculating they might be into him is because they have a deal with Brandon Cooks on the table and they're going to do it. So if not, maybe they're just going to go into the draft and draft a receiver. But I think that the guys like Terrell and Alshon, I think they're out of the picture simply because you know they'd rather go Cooks or receiver in the draft so they can keep the cap low and then they can go after Boye.
Yeah, if they don't get Cooks. I'm gonna be. Yeah. And they sign Boye. You know, not that I don't like him, but
if they don't
need
get
a second
Cooks,
receiver. I can't go in the draft with just Kenny Britt. It's just not gonna cut it.
Yeah, and you might see that, and that scares Eagles fans.
The worst receiving core ever. You can't do that. Can't do it.
Yeah, they
gotta get another guy. I don't even care if it's like Garcon.
Maybe they'll get the guy. He's already gone.
Oh yeah, he is gone. I don't even care if it's
like Robert Woods or something like that.
I think he might be gone too. I think he might have signed somewhere too. But the point is, they have to get someone else. They have.
Yeah. We'll see if they get another guy. But you know, if Howie wants to bang. This is a big year for Howie to show he can progress this team, and his first round pick's really going to matter. And if it's Corey Davis and he's going to line him up across from Kenny Britt and say you guys are the starters, I would like it. I'd trust it. I'd support it. But he better be good, or that could be, you know, it for Howie.
So
because Britt's gone in a couple years, and Davis is either your guy or you're back to square one. You know, so
You gotta get cokes. All right. Anyway, guys.
Happy hunting today, Eagles. We're gonna see what happens. We'll see you guys later at the end of all this madness. Have a good weekend.